Welcome back to the Caregiver Minute, where every weekday family and professional caregivers gather to refine their skills, gain inspiration, and prepare to serve. Well, as you can see, I'm here again with Randy Vaudry, our Chief Medical Officer here at Mind for All Seasons, and we want to talk to you about how to know if your brain or the brain of someone you care for is inflamed. Now, just as a quick preface, I want to talk about what inflammation is. Let's suppose you're trying to drive a nail with a hammer and you miss and you hit your finger instead. It's going to get inflamed. There's going to be blood and fluids and immune cells that rush to that site to say, what do we have to do to repair this damage? And when you have an injury of one sort or another to the brain, you have an inflammatory response. The immune system fires up, and there's swelling, and there's a lot of immune cells, and there are outward consequences. You know what it's like when the immune system gets fired up. Think about the last time you got the flu. You felt terrible, you had brain fog, you had really low energy production, you didn't feel like doing anything. That's the outward sign that your immune system is fired up, that you're having an inflammatory response. So, Randy, how can you know if your brain is inflamed?
Yeah, most people will say, well, I get a headache. And that's actually not brain inflammation. That's a vascular thing. That's a blood vessel problem, right? Brain inflammation is usually manifested by an alteration in brain function. So, for example, look at the pandemic right now of individuals that have attention deficit disorder. They graduated high school with honors, went to college and got a master's degree, but all of a sudden when they're managing their spreadsheets, they are easily distracted and they can't stay focused. That's a challenge. That's an altered brain function that probably is the result of neuroinflammation. Another way that you can tell is your brain fatigues really super easy. So that same accountant that's managing spreadsheets used to be able to sit and look at that computer all day long. But now they get in the morning, they start their work, and it's taking them longer and longer to reconcile their checkbooks, and it's taking them longer to complete their work. And by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they're wasted. It doesn't matter how much coffee or how much caffeine they consume, they just can't continue to do the work because the brain is fatigued. Those are two ways. They're not the only ways, but those are two ways you know you got some brain inflammation.
Oh, thank you so much. Today, we invite you to consider whether you see evidence of brain inflammation in you or people that you care about. And come back tomorrow because we're going to talk more about what you can actually do about it, some of the strategies that you can apply, and we'll talk a little bit more about evidence of neuroinflammation. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of the Caregiver Minute.